And these young people have nose protection. Yes. As in the case of Cyntoia Brown, out of fear, she took the law into her own hands, and unfortunately, she now faces a lifetime in prison simply for demanding freedom from sexual bondage. We need to send a message to the Tennessee Governor, Bill Halsey, and also to the Georgia State Legislature right across the street, that we no more will we turn a blind eye to sex trafficking in our communities.
You know, we've known about sex trafficking for a long time. This is not a new issue, but for a lot of us, for a variety of reasons, Cyntoia has been a tipping point, and we need to go with that. For me personally, I see my daughter in Cyntoia's face, and I want to ride this tipping point because it's ridiculous. I mean, seeing the difference between how Cyntoia has been treated and the fact that she may spend life in prison versus the countless men, white men, young boys who get off scot-free. It's beyond ridiculous. We cannot sit with it anymore. And we know too much. When you know better, you do better. It's time to make a change. And
14 years ago, our sister found herself in a space which I think many black and brown women have found themselves in. Being afraid, being scared, being vulnerable. And so there is a unity in that spirit, but we don't give in to fear today. We don't give in to being scared. We don't give in to oppression. Today we give in to the spirit, and that one spirit that unites us, and that is the spirit of liberation.
My name is Mia, and I was listening to what Miss Kenyette said, and I don't think that children should be like items, and that they should be bought and sold and used, because that's wrong. And I think that almost every single adult knows about sex trafficking, and that they should do something about it, because if they don't, then this will keep happening, and then the majority of children in the society will be used for sex and other bad things. They will be raped, and I really believe that that's wrong, and that we should all do something about this, especially the government, because if they know that this is happening and they're not taking care of their citizens and are not trying to protect them, then they should feel ashamed, because that's their people and they should take care of them. You can't be a governor and then just let people do this to children, especially children, like innocent and not knowing what it is, not knowing what you're doing to them. And then they don't know if it's wrong or if it's okay. And that.
That's right, Mia.
It's okay, Mia.
All right, thank you, Mia. And I want to give some homework, some calls to action. So the first thing, share the hashtag Clemency for the number 4 Cyntoia. Number 2, on Monday there is to be a Twitter storm, a call slam, and an email slam. Once that time is made available from the Tennessee organizers to those of us on the ground leading the movement here, it will be blasted. And at the same time, everyone is to blast Governor Halsey. The third thing, on Tuesday, the organizers in Tennessee want us to start speaking to our local officials. Understand, sex trafficking is not a Tennessee problem. We are a leader in the nation for domestic minor sex trafficking and globally for international sex trafficking. This is our problem too. So start talking to your elected officials, your city council people, your county commissioners, your state legislatures, and yes, our governor-elect. You will hear from me soon. And on Wednesday, The call will be to the faith community. The faith community needs a voice in this. When you go to your synagogues, your churches, your mosques, your temples, your places of worship, have these conversations. Demand that this conversation becomes part of the conversation at your religious worship. He has until the 29th, we're saying, to pardon her. We want her home for Christmas, and that's not a religious conversation, that is real. We want her home for the holiday. She has spent too many years of her life in bondage, in slavery, both on the streets by her pimp and in the criminal justice system in jail. And it's time for her to be released so that she can go on and have the quality of life that she deserves.